Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back. We got the Gentlemen's Roundtable. Of course, we got the normal guys. We got Dub, Ant, and First 508th Airborne.
What's
So
up?
we're introducing Todd.
What's up, everybody?
Todd is the owner of Shirt Show and RAD Caps. And let's go ahead and introduce yourself, Todd.
Well, how's it going, guys? I don't
Nice
know what
to meet
say
you.
about myself.
What's going on, Todd?
Good to actually talk to you guys. You know, we see each other all the time on the Facey Spacey, but to actually talk is a little bit different. So
I never heard Todd's voice, so
apparently I don't have any
Same
kind of
here.
discernible accent whatsoever.
no accent whatsoever.
Yeah, Todd, yeah, I would never expected Todd's voice to match what it is here now.
You know, it's funny. I actually get that a lot. You know, we have in the crew there with the hats off chat and stuff. When Garrett Santos is driving, and he has to push buttons to do like the voice to text because he can't be responding with his fingers, and he sounds very, very New York. And then every once in a while, if I get in there and I do a voice text, everyone tells me that I should be doing radio or something. And that's weird to me because when I hear myself talk, I shouldn't be talking.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go around, tell everybody what caps we're wearing. I'm wearing the RAD caps. This is the Harry. Dub?
I got the Apple Core, but I got the RAD on hand as well. Thanks to Todd, I found out about the Apple Core here through the Scally Crew group. So thanks, Todd.
I love that hat when I got it.
Yes, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
I got the Rad Cap Harry on, and big ups to Todd because I thought it came with a pin, but it didn't. But he sent me one. That's a pretty nice rad pin with that. Love the cap.
Nice. I think that was a Christmas present, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I saw that come through, and I was like, "Oh boy, someone's getting something nice for Christmas."
Yeah, my wife got me it. So
that's a good looking cap.
Yeah.
I got on the Funky Brims Hal Speed Shop Rosie the Riveter flat cap. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, it's a nice cap.
Looks good.
I didn't realize
All right,
how
Todd,
nice that cap was till I saw your review, actually.
Yeah. What you rolling with there, Todd?
I guess it's my turn here, huh? I've got the brand new RAD cap here. We're going to call this one the Love Spell. If you can look here, it's sort of a light blue, a navy blue, and a purple kind of plaid-ish sort of loosey-goosey herringbone type pattern, very similar to the Boston Scally Company All Heart, but minus the.
Is that a houndstooth? I like that.
It's sort of houndstooth. Like if you look at it really closely, I think it wants to be a houndstooth, but it's
kind of a plaid houndstooth.
Yeah.
It's not clear enough to be as defined as houndstooth, but
I like those colors.
Houndstooth.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, the colors
very
are great.
nice.
And then there's this little
nice
sort of purplish brim here too, solid purple brim. So this is the Love Spell by RAD Caps.
All right.
When's that going live?
I just put it live before we came on, so anybody watching here can go over to radcaps.co and get it now. Use promotional code Roundtable and you get 15% off. Also got 2 pins coming with this one. Got 2 pins. Awesome. If you go to the website, you can see the pins, but I don't actually have them here yet. They got delayed because of the weather that we're having. But I do want to show you the pins because they're funny AF. Here's one of them. You can see that.
Okay. Oh, nice.
All right.
I remember those things.
It gets better. It gets better here. Hold on. This is the other one.
Nice.
I like it,
so
man.
there's 2 pins available. You can order. They should be here by Friday. I'll get those out. If anybody orders them tonight, I'll get them out as soon as they come in.
Looks good.
We got Todd debuting a new RAD cap here at the website. So if you want to go and shoot over their website and use Roundtable, and you'll get 15% off. And but yeah, that's pretty sweet that we got a debut here on the Roundtable.
Nice.
We're moving up.
A little special.
Made you drop.
That's a cool cap. I like that. I'm gonna have to pick that up.
It's
very
honestly,
sharp.
I mean, I keep showing it here, and I feel like Chris Lopp, like on his live streams. I can't tell if this actually looks nice or not, but I'm telling you, in person, these colors are chef's kiss. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, I wanted to pick up the RAD, but I think I'm gonna grab that one. I really like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll definitely be picking it up after we get off this live stream. All right, so Todd, we got a couple questions here now. Everybody's going to go round table. I'm going to start off here. So tell us how Shirt Show and Rad Caps got started.
So Shirt Show was, honestly, I wanted to make stickers. A couple of years ago, I got this hair across my ass to just make stickers. So I said to my wife, I think Christmas was coming up, and I said, hey, for Christmas, why don't you get me a Cricut machine so I can just make some stickers? And we did. So we got the Cricut machine and started to look at making stickers, and immediately did not do that, and just started playing around with making T-shirts. And then we very quickly grew away from this sort of at-home arts and crafts Cricut thing, and more into direct-to-film, DTF transfers, and all that kind of stuff. I just get a kick out of designing stuff and drawing stuff and playing with different logos and font styles and things like that. That's really, it's like a stress reliever for me almost. It just sort of relaxes me and, keeps me busy. So I started, and then we were actually out at a baseball game here in town, and some people at the time, it was the Boston Scally Crew, started talking about making T-shirts with the Boston Scally Crew logo on it. And I was like, hey, I can do that. So I started, taking orders for the Boston Scally Crew T-shirts, and it just kept kind of blowing up there to the point that it became impractical to have people sending me messages asking me to make a shirt, and then having to, get their address and do PayPal and, all this kind of stuff. So I decided to really, lean into it, and made the website, the shirtshow.co website, and started doing things there, and then expanded away from the Boston Scally Crew, or now the Scally Crew. And I've always wanted, for the longest time now, since I first got into hats, I think it was during the pandemic, maybe, so back in 2020. And, I've always kind of wanted to, every time they come out with a hat, I think we talked about this earlier, it's like every time they come out with a hat, you're like, oh, I wish it was this. I love this hat, but I wish it that.
Yeah.
And that's sort of where I kind of kept thinking about making my own hats, but I didn't know how to do it. And it took forever to find a way to make it happen. But now that I have found a way to make it happen, I'm making it happen. So now Shirt Show has expanded into Rad Caps. Shirt Show still sells other companies' hats, like Hologram, and we have some Boston Scally Company and stuff like that. But Rad Caps is our own separate exclusive thing. So that's where we're at.
Cool.
And then, me to have a quick follow-up, where'd you get the idea from Riot Caps, the name of Rad Caps?
This is a little bit embarrassing, but I'll tell you. When I was a little kid, so I was born in 1978. I'm really a kid of the 80s, and I sort of said before that I really enjoy playing, just like drawing, and like sort of say graphic design. But when you're like 6 in 1984, that's not a thing. So I'm just like drawing, little things, and I would literally. I'm sort of known for my penmanship. I have like perfect penmanship, but I'm really good at stylizing, writing, and font types. And when I was probably 8 years old, RAD was a thing. The word RAD was a thing. And I remember I had this little tiny, probably about this big composition book. And every page I had drawn a different version of the word RAD, like the word RAD, but in a different font or with different styles and all this kind of stuff. I don't know, the word rad is just kind of cool to me. It's just a neat word. So when I was thinking about hats and what our brand would look like, I wanted to do something a little bit retro. I've always been into sort of the retro 80s vibe. I mean, from everything, from the look, the feel, the music, everything. And rad just kind of stuck out to me. And rad caps, I think, kind of flows really well. And it was available to buy as a domain.
Well, it looks like you got your first order on the line here, because Corey just now said you just ordered the new one.
Yeah, I saw a couple orders come through already. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick that one up.
Here.
Yeah. And all right, so go ahead. Your turn there, Dub.
Yeah, man. A couple of questions here. The first one is warmer weather caps. Can we expect to see any from RAD down the road? And
yes.
The second one is bigger heads. Do you have anything, like, are you planning anything for like 62 and up?
I definitely want to do some things for warmer weather. Still working on what that looks like. I haven't decided. I have a handful of ideas kind of floating around in my head for styles and patterns. I just have to figure out what those styles look like for warmer weather.
Cool.
Cool. For instance, I actually just have like the love spell here. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but it's very Valentine's Day-ish. So I made it for that.
Yeah.
I have another prototype sitting right over there that I'm thinking about for St. Patrick's Day. We'll see if I can make that happen. It's kind of getting down to the wire here for that. So I don't know if that'll happen, but if it does, I'll let you know.
Cool.
Beyond that, I have some other styles in mind, but I don't know how to incorporate them into the seasons, or if I should even really care about the seasons. Do we care that it's Easter or Flag Day, or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and then the second part of your question, you asked about bigger sizes. Yes, that is a thing. Okay. And initially, because of the Swisher hit on it when he was on, talking about minimum order quantities and that kind of stuff, it's very expensive to invest into like a lot of hats. You have to get like a giant sum of hats.
Yeah,
and it's tough to invest. So I try to get as much as I can for as little as possible, get as much return on investment as possible, I guess. And so I kind of had to choose which sizes were the most important. So while not to say that you guys with the big nuggets aren't important, but you're much more few and far between.
Yeah.
So I had to sort of prioritize the other sizes more. But as we get going here, I'm definitely going to be putting out some other sizes. In fact, the new Love Spell has a couple of additional sizes already. So
all right, cool. All right, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, so before I ask my question, I just want to give you your flowers a little bit, because I got to say, man, when I first got into this, all I would do is post on the Boston Scally direct page, and then the buy, sell, and trade, right, looking for caps. And then I would see guys like Chad Jasner and Roy Osborne putting up the pictures of them with their hats and stuff. And then I found the Boston Scally crew, and I was like, what's this? This is how I'm first getting into Facebook groups and stuff. So I really appreciate you starting that, because to be honest, like the Boston Scally crew was my first exposure to that. So even to this day, when I put up a post, I always put it to the Scally crew, and then I add everybody else, right? So like that was the main thing. I think it's the coolest group. It's because it's just so laid back. It's moderated very well. I appreciate you letting me put my stuff up there. And I remember this cap, right? And Todd used to always bust my balls about wearing them backwards, right? So, but yet he made this cap, which was the Boston Scally trainer, right? And I got the Boston Scally crew pin there with the Boston Scally crew patch on the back. So what was that going to make me want to do? It was going to make me want to do this, right? To show that patch. So then you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I do that. So I just wanted to give you props for all that first, for starting all that. And obviously I appreciate the shirt show too, and all the logos you play with, because that inspires me Same thing with Nick Nefarious when he puts out the hooligan stuff. Then I go and I do my Anox stuff, and it's like Lennon McCartney. You know, you put out some shit, I want to put out some shit. You know, and just you inspire me to do other designs as well, and you're really creative with that stuff. So, but my question is, when did you decide, or what made you really decide to drop the Boston Scally part and just go to the Scally crew? Was it the influx of like Funky Brims and Swisher, or was it just Boston Scally with the quality control stuff? What was the catalyst for making you make that change?
So let me take a couple steps back here first. As much as I appreciate your flowers there, as you put it, I gotta say, I did not create the Boston Scally crew. I wish I did.
Okay. That was going to be another question.
Actually Rob. It was actually Rob. That was his baby. And Rob McKinley. And he, so I can't talk. Don't fact check me on this because I could be wrong, but I think that Rob and Brody Shaw were in the Boston, the buy-sell trade group. And there was a big kerfuffle a few years ago, about people posting selfies in that group because
what was that word?
Selfies aren't buy-sell trade.
Yeah, I used to get my selfies taken down from there all the time, and that pissed me off, and that's why I was so appreciative of that.
And that was the stance of that group: is this is a buy-sell trade group. We're not here for selfies. Save your selfies for your girlfriends or whatever. And that was a very polarizing thing. There was about half the group was like, yeah, but selfies are an important part of the buy-sell trade process because. And I do it all the time. I don't know how much I like a hat until I see, Ox wearing it backwards. And then I'm like, oh, I actually really like that. I'm going to go buy that. So, I mean, to me, selfies are an important part of that deal. But that group was so shut down to it at that time that Rob was like, fucking, I'm out of here. So he and Brody started the Boston Scally crew. And I was just a regular member at the time. Then there was some conversations that got a little bit outside of the boundaries of the rules. There was some politics that were going around at the time, and Rob had to get into the chats and kind of throw down his weight and remind everybody that that's not what we're here for and the whole thing. And I actually started a side chat with him talking about how, I get it, rules are rules, but at the same time, given the situation, some wiggle room and, we don't have to come in here like gangbusters and just break up the whole group. We could just have a normal conversation about it. And he's told me before that he was actually really impressed with how I came back to him with these concerns and we were able to talk about it rather than like argue about it, even though he will tell you himself that he's sort of a dick all the time and he doesn't really like people. But then, a couple of months later, they were looking to get a moderator and stuff. So they asked me if I would be a moderator, and I said, sure. And then a few months after that, they asked me if I'd want to be an admin. So I said, sure, let's do that. And then a couple of months after that, I don't know, it seems like, how do I put this delicately? Because I don't want to call them out or anything, but it feels like I'm the one in the group all the time. They're kind of like, they're there, but they're not there all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, they're awesome guys. We have a fantastic admin team between Rob and Brody and myself, and then Garrett and Ed, our moderators. And, we have our own little teachers lounge where we talk about you guys and, we'll say this
I heard about that shit.
An awful lot of these. We actually have to have conversations like, this Moose guy is putting up a lot of reviews. Is this something that we want in our group? And we have these conversations and actually we're all pretty easygoing about what happens in the group as long as we know about it. Like there's one guy that's been posting a lot of stuff here lately, and it's not that we have an issue with him posting stuff, it's that he's never actually asked us if he can. And so that's where the problem is. Whereas you guys, you said, is it okay if I put this in here? And yeah, absolutely. No problem. As for the second part of the question, when did we decide to drop the Boston Scally crew? That was the Boston from the Scally crew. That was about this time last year. It was just, I think a lot of it had to do with Chris Lopp and Funky Brims, and there was a lot of hologram and other stuff in the group beyond just Boston Scally Company. So it wasn't just a Boston Scally page anymore. It was everything else. So, we talked about it and hemmed and hawed over it. And then finally we said, let's just drop the Boston. We'll just make it Scally Crew. We'll be all inclusive and just, whatever anybody's got. And then I can make some more new shirts.
So
win-win.
So that part of it, the shirt show and rad caps, that's all you creatively, or is there anybody else involved?
Yes. It's all well, me and my wife.
Cool.
Also, that was my first dust bag, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I love that logo.
Those.
Well, I got the Boston Scally Crew hat, the travel hat holder, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
The travel.
And I got the logo for my motorcycle too. That's an awesome decal.
That's right. Yeah. Those are good stickers. Those are good stickers.
They are really good.
I keep forgetting about those dust bags. I really need to make more. In fact, someone asked me about making more, and I told them that I would, and then honestly, I completely forgot. So I apologize to that person if he's paying attention. But I gotta get back on that bandwagon, because those were surprisingly popular, and then they kind of went nowhere for a little while, and then it become popular again. What else you got? Come on, boo-boo.
Chad's up next.
Hey, first I got to compliment the beard as a fellow beardo. Looks good. Nice looking beard. My favorite type of caps are flat caps, and I see that's what you're producing right now. Are you planning on doing any other types of caps? And if so, what type of caps would you do besides the flat caps?
I'm not opposed to it. I'm not thinking about it right now too much. It's sort of in the back of my mind, but I'm having really good luck with these flat caps in particular. That I don't want to fix what isn't broken just yet.
Sure.
Which interestingly, when I first started I'm not really a collector. I get hats to wear them, but when I first got into Boston Scally Company, 6 panels were my jam. I love 6 panels. I think I actually missed out on the Showman when it was first released because I didn't like 8 panels. No, not the Showman. Is that the 6 panel? What was it? I don't remember. There was a hat that I didn't get because I didn't like 8 panels. And
I like wearing the 6 panels backwards.
Yeah, here we go. I was the same, singles and sixes. Then I got into 8s later.
And that's what happened. I was all about the 6s, and then I got into the 8s. I took a chance because they came out with the Bruin. I loved the Bruin.
Oh, I love that one too.
I had to get the Bruin.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? It's an 8, and that scares me, but I'm going to take a chance because I just love that hat. And I got it, and I was like, oh my God, this thing is fantastic. So from then on, I was like an 8-panel guy. Like I just loved all the 8 panels and everything else. And I would, stick my nose up at the single panels because that's too old man for me. I'm not that guy.
I'm 58, so I'm old man enough to wear them.
But then I got the Nightmare 2 because again, I love Freddy Krueger. So my love for Freddy Krueger outweighed my distaste for single panels.
Sure.
So I got the Nightmare 2, and then I got into single panels from there. Now I think that single panels are my go-to, but not Boston Scally Company single panels.
Yeah, I like a couple of their single panels, but I prefer typically from other companies over theirs. I don't like the real rounded seam on the back of theirs. It gives the back of the hat a different than those with the 90-degree seam on the side.
It's a shallow fit for me. Like pinkies,
yeah.
And Todd, I actually got a question from the audience here. Yeah,
absolutely. Let's do it.
So, can you read that or no? Let me read it to you.
I feel like I'm at the eye doctor's. Yeah, let me see here.
I wish you had a 55, 56.
Wish you had a 55 and 56 in both the Lloyd and the Harry. Would it have purchased both this evening? Unless 57 and 58 will fit snug enough or perfect for 7 and 1/8 hair or head size.
So we had 55 in both the Harry and the Lloyd, and we're just sold out of it right now. That's just the reality of it. I'm happy to send a 57 out, and if it works, that's awesome. And if it doesn't, then no harm, no foul. It's in the back, and it's not a thing. But I don't know that. Again, Swisher hit on this last time when he was on here. Is like it's not necessarily the best use of limited capital to recreate or reproduce hats they've already put out, because the demand isn't there the second time around. So I don't know if I don't want to say that we won't get more of the Harry and Lloyd, but I wouldn't expect it.
Okay. And for those tuning in a little late, Todd, you want to go ahead and make your announcement on your cap?
Oh yeah, put my drink down here. Just got handed round 2. We have here. This is the. We're calling this the Love Spell. This is our new cap from RAD Caps that we're putting out. We're just announcing it tonight. This has not been made public on any of our socials or in any of the groups at all. For people here watching this podcast, you get 15% off if you go to radcaps.co, get the cap, use code Roundtable. We've also got 2 really cool pins available that I don't have them in hand because of the weather out here the past couple of days. They're running late, but they're coming. And if you order them, we'll get them out to you as soon as they come. Again, 15% off with code Roundtable.
And
this,
by
the way,
liner?
Yeah, I was actually just going to say, so the Harry and the Lloyd, you both see there on your hats. I'm sorry, the camera's going a little crazy here, but you got that insulated liner. This one, the Love Spell, just has a flat satin liner. There's no insulation there. There's no insulated liners. This is more traditional here.
Nice.
Also, I took John Leary's feedback very seriously and made sure that this time when they produced the hats, they did not sew the liner to the brim on the inside. It folds out. It's flat.
Yeah.
And nice. I have to say, I do love the Harry and the Lloyd, and I don't think that they're uncomfortable. And I would recommend them to anybody who likes the colors. But I will say that the Love Spell is even more comfortable.
Do you think some of that's because it's not quilted, or is it just everything?
I think it might be just a combination of all of it. So, and I'll be the first one to admit, that the Harry and the Lloyd and the RAD were the first hats that we put out. So, we're still learning as we go. So we might find little ways to tweak our designs and make them even better than the last time. We wouldn't put anything out if we didn't stand behind it 110%. So
I live in Minnesota, so I like a quilted hat. So.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't want anybody to think that by me saying that we hope to get better with every
Sure.
release, that the previous release is bad, because it's not. It's just, we're constantly learning and evolving, and we hope to continue that as time goes on.
Awesome.
Cool.
And I've got a question for you, Todd. This is just personal here. I'm a loud type of guy. I like bright caps, obviously. Those who watch my reviews, I definitely point that out. And with Lloyd and Harry, those are bright caps, and the regular RAD is more of a stylish cap, for people who aren't afraid to, or who are scared to go outside their comfort zone and wear something like this. Yep. But when you design a cap, you design it for yourself, what you like the most, or what you think customers would like?
Yes. I will not put out a hat that I do not like. I will tell you that. But that does not mean that I'm not open to putting something out that maybe isn't my jam. and I'll level with you. I'll be completely upfront with you. The Lloyd, I love the way the Lloyd looks on everybody. I don't love it for me. It's bright and it's bold for me personally. I can certainly wear it, and I have worn it, and I will wear it, but it's not my go-to. For me personally, it's like you said, Moose. It's loud, it's bold, it's out there, and that's great for a lot of you guys. It's not me though. I'm a little bit more subdued. So I prefer like the RAD or here even the Love Spell. It's a little less noisy, but I'm open to all of it. But I won't put out a hat that I don't like. I'll tell you that.
You might as well jump on one more question here. I got one more question for you. When you first launched the RAD Cap brand, what was like the biggest challenge you had when you were releasing that?
Finding the RAD. I wanted to, the first hat that I came out with, I wanted it to be the sort of embodiment of the brand identity. I had a really hard time finding a fabric and a pattern that I felt sort of encapsulated what I wanted, how I wanted the brand to be represented. And I think that the color palette in the I think here that the navy blue with the blue pinstripes, and then you asked earlier if the other pinstripes were orange or if they're red. I don't know. I think depending on the light, it could go either way. When I was designing it, or when I was envisioning that, it was red or pink and blue, and I wanted it to sort of resemble that. Remember that laser beam background in your school pictures when you were in middle school?
Yeah, that was
that's
wild.
sort of what I had in my head. That was sort of my inspiration at first, and I wanted the first hat to be the RAD. I wanted it to be RAD by RAD Caps. I wanted it to be our flagship hat, the one go-to. I can tell you, we will definitely get more of that hat because that's going to be like our original. That's our centerpiece right there.
I like that cap. It's a nice looking cap.
More of those. Whereas the Harry and the Lloyd, I kind of fell into by accident, to be honest with you. In fact, Harry and Lloyd didn't even cross my mind when I was working on those hats. It wasn't until afterwards and I saw them together and I was like, oh, that's like Dumb and Dumber right there. My original idea was dawn and dusk. And I think I hit on that when I first launched the hats. Is that at first, in my mind, it was the RAD Dawn and the RAD Dusk.
Okay.
And
cool.
And it just sort of took on its own life as the Harry and Lloyd. So we'll run with it, and that's great.
Yeah.
It looks like you got a few more orders rolling through here, Todd.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. You got a good question for
Dub? Yet. Not even live to the universe.
This is more of a comment, I guess, than a question, but the Scally Crew pin here, I really like that. I like how you did different shades, like you got the grays and the greens, all that to match with different color caps. So, will you be doing that again with other designs down the road?
Yes. I always, that the Scally Crew logo is in my opinion sort of timeless.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to be able to coordinate with anything you've got because we all have different hats and different styles and
exactly.
Moose likes bright orange and I like navy blue. So we all need to have different things that go with all the different things. So that's why I really wanted to find a way to have the same logo that brings us all together, but in our own different style with our own colors that are unique to us. So we have, gray, we have gold, we have blue and green and orange. And if anybody can think of any other collars that we should do, I'm here for it.
Really like that idea. I thought that was pretty cool, man. So yeah. Ant, you got
Ant, you got any more
anything?
questions for him, bud?
No, I mean, I saw that Garrett just wrote something that he bought an outfit for the Lloyd. I bought the Garbage Pail Kid shirt, which is now discontinued because they took it down on us, right? The
They
Gentleman's
took it down.
Roundtable.
Why?
But I got it in this bright yellow for the hat. So, but what I mentioned,
Copyright.
yeah, what I mentioned on my review, and so you guys are talking about the rad cap and making a warm one. I feel like this is warm, and I remember Chad had mentioned something I never heard before was the weight to warmth ratio. To me, this is a light cap, but it's actually warm.
Very.
I feel like. So I feel like it does work both ways like that.
Yeah, wool will do that.
Yeah.
I've definitely worn the rad, which is the same thing, just a different different color palette. I've definitely worn the rad in 50 or 60 degree weather days, and then a couple of days ago it was like 8 degrees here.
Right.
And and all of us, we all have bald heads, and it does the trick.
Yeah.
But it's also not so hot or bulky and heavy that it's not weighing you down or it's not uncomfortable,
Right.
That's one of the nice things about wool is it can both be good and cold, and it's good in warmer climates too.
Yeah, it's a good 3-season cap, I think is what they call it these days.
You're right. Yeah.
I got a question from the chat here, Todd. Anything planned for the July the 4th, the 250th year? Anything patriotic you're going to release?
Yes, I have some ideas.
Nice.
I haven't settled in on one particular thing, but I do have a couple different ideas floating around. We have a little bit of time still to get there, so. But yes, I will definitely be doing something for that.
Well, if you want to drop any more releases in the future, like you did tonight, you're welcome to do it with us.
Yeah,
most definitely.
I mean, absolutely. I'm happy to be here anytime. So
yeah, I like your caps.
So is that what you're going to try to do, Todd? Is just as of now, just do every seasonal for the time being, or do you have other things lined up as well?
I mean, I would love to be able to do something every couple of weeks, every week, every month.
Nice.
I think it's just not it's not feasible right now. I mean, we're just we're so young and we're so small. I mean, literally, when I say we're a small business, it's me and Charlotte, and it's not even like we're making money. We're just generating capital to turn around and spend on the next round. So we're just sort of scraping by with what we can. So we'll just, for now, we have no choice but to just put out hats as we can and as we get them. But ideally, yes, I would like to do at least every season, at least maybe once a month for now, something like that. It also depends on what I'm thinking, like what ideas I have. I also don't want to force anything. So if I just don't have a good idea, I don't want to put out a hat that's like half-assed just because it's time to put out a hat. I want to really want to put it out into the world and share it with people.
And I agree with that. I mean, it's when you put out something you like rather than just trying to just flood the market. I think that hurts you more than it helps you, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that kind of hurts Boston Scally, them releasing caps every week. Sometimes it gets a little overwhelming for a lot of people. And as far as you guys go, the more of your caps that get out there and they get exposure, and the more people reviewing them and stuff like that, I bet your business is going to pick up pretty quick over the next year or two.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've seen from the several reviews on your caps, you're making really nice quality caps.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, and I hope that people keep feeling that way. That's for sure. I think we've had pretty good luck here. It always scares me a little bit when I get an order because I know from being in the groups and everything for as long as I have, and as deeply ingrained in the groups the way that I have been, the way people complain about hats sometimes, man, it's scary when you're the one putting the hat out.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
to have a real heart-to-heart kind of moment here with you guys, that's nerve-wracking. It's really scary to do that.
Yeah.
So
Everything that I've
it's-
heard has been positive, man. So,
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
I haven't heard anything negative, and I watch a lot of hat reviews.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've heard anything negative from any of the smaller companies. And
Yeah.
No.
to be honest, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much one company that's having negative input right now. It is what it is with them. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to change. Yeah.
And I don't even think it hurts
They're not
them
gonna-
because they got so much
Yeah.
backing that it's just like,
They've got yeah.
I think all of those
Right.
things are true. I think it is what it is, and they're not going to change, and they don't really care, and they have all the backing in the world and all the things. But at the same time, I think some of the criticism that gets pushed their way is not entirely fair.
100%.
Or it's maybe
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
exaggerated sometimes, you know.
Yeah, that's online though. People always bitch and exaggerate. It's just the nature of the beast, you know.
Well,
especially the coal thing.
Yeah.
People want to be entitled to get the
Lord.
coal. Like, give me a break.
Yeah. Oh God.
We still got people talking about the cold cap, man.
Oh,
It's
man.
crazy.
It wasn't even that nice a cap in my
It
opinion.
wasn't.
I gotta
Unbelievable.
give a shout out. I gotta give a shout out here to Junebug, Rob Welch and the crew. Man, he was losing his mind about the coal because he didn't get the coal. He wanted the coal. That's like the only hat he's wanted in so long, and he's got to get the coal. And then he randomly put in another order and he got the coal, and then he was all
God.
like, "Oh, you know, the whole thing." It's like, man, you need to calm down, my friend.
Yeah. Dude, next Christmas you can do the same colors in a flat cap, man. Just kind of do
Yeah.
it different. Patchwork. Yeah.
Just duplicate it.
All right.
It's kind of a cool name for a Christmas cap, the Christmas coal. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a cool concept.
I have a better idea.
There you go. We'll have to wait till.
Just gonna leave it at that.
Do like
So we
that.
got to wait 10 months.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I will give you a hint to my idea that you will never get. So I don't feel bad throwing this out there. I told you I love terrible yet awesome 80s movies. RAD, Teen Wolf, Better Off Dead. These are all fantastic movies, terrible movies, and fantastic at the same time. My answer to the coal is inspired by another terribly awesome 80s movie.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
90% of them.
Yeah. I
like
never
bad
saw
movies.
I never saw a Rad, man, but they were these guys
No.
through text earlier was showing me that movie.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
is this?
Chad sent a video of the dance off on the bikes, man.
Yeah,
It was
the
pretty
bike
crazy.
dance scene, man.
I said, oh shit, it's Aunt Becky from Full House.
Yeah, Aunt Becky in there doing the BMX at the high school
Yeah.
dance, man. That scene is cringe.
Oh God.
And Becky and Nicole Kidman were all the reasons.
But Send Me
Yeah.
an Angel. Send Me an Angel was the song playing during that whole montage, that whole sequence. And that is, in my humble opinion, the number one 80s like textbook definition of 80s songs in existence.
Yeah.
Is Send Me an Angel by Real Life.
Who
think
was in
it's
Teen
Fight
Wolf?
Me.
Was that Michael J. Fox or was that
Yeah.
Bateman?
That was Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they played that song in Teen Wolf 2 also.
Yeah.
That was Jason Bateman.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
for just Teen Wolf, that was Michael J. Then you had Styles. What was Styles?
No,
name?
Michael J. Fox was in Teen Wolf 1, and I think Jason Bateman was
Jason
in
Bateman
two.
was Teen Wolf. He
What was
Yeah.
Styles'
was.
name in come on, man, the high school movie?
I didn't catch it.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yeah. What was his name?
That was a different guy.
I thought Styles was the same guy. Oh, I was wrong.
No,
Cheese and
different guy.
crackers.
Different guy. They look a little alike. But fun fact. So did you in Teen Wolf 2? Send Me an Angel was in that movie as well.
Yes.
I'm telling you, best Eddie song ever.
Anybody else, people in the chat? Anybody in the chat have any questions for Todd? Go ahead and post those in the chat before we start changing topics to a little bit more memories type thing and bring some laughs out of everybody. We do got a question here, Chad. What did I do with it? It was basically what line of work do you actually do, Todd? If you want to share.
Oh boy, I do. I do computer nerd things for a large financial institution that you've all heard of very, 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 very well.
Nice.
Cool.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. We're old. All right. So does anybody else have any more questions for Todd, or do I have any more on my list? Let me see if I got any more on my list here. I think I did have another one.
If we've got a moment of silence here, I can throw out a trivia question for a free gift card.
There we go. Everybody want to hear that? Let's go ahead and well, I got one question before we do that.
All right.
Jay Leary would like to know, where are the caps made?
They are made in China. Do with that what you will. Feel about that how you will. They're made in China, and they're awesome hats. Enough said.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I agree.
Go.
I agree.
Yeah.
They're top of the line. I agree with that.
Both good and bad
right.
things are made in China. I collect knives. I get some very good knives from China. It just depends on who you have as your manufacturer.
Yep.
Exactly. I appreciate that it's a polarizing thing.
Yeah.
But you can get shit made in China just as much as you can get good stuff made in China, and the same with the United States.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do the trivia there, Todd. You ready to do the trivia?
All right. So the first person to answer the question will get a $50 gift card to either Shirt Show or Rat Cap. So it works the same way.
Nice.
So do with that whatever you
Cool.
want.
Yeah.
First person to answer in the chat with the name of the track in the movie RAD.
Oh, the
keep an eye on
actual
the
track.
chats.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it.
Now I can't see the chat, so I'm depending on you guys to.
I got it. Yep.
When was the last time you watched that movie, Chad?
Huh? Oh, it was years ago. It was years ago, but I remember the name of the track.
No, okay.
Well, Alan's out. He's like, I'm out.
Come on, Google it, Alan. Alan's being
I made
honest.
my wife watch it a couple of years ago. I think it was back during the pandemic when we had nothing better to do, and I made her watch all those terrible movies.
That track was so big that they weren't able to run a whole lap while they were filming, and so they had to break it up into like 5 different scenes where they would show them going through different scenes because the track was too big.
All right, so we got a couple guesses here. We got Thunder.
Nope.
Hell Track.
That's the one right there.
All right, so we got Robert. Winner, chicken dinner, Robert.
All right, Robert.
Congrats,
How do
Robert.
you reach out to you, Todd?
Yeah.
Either shoot me Robert. Either shoot me a message, or you can email me through either of the websites. There's 700 ways to get in touch with me. Just do that. Shoot me a message on Facebook, or you can email.
So, Robert, you go there, shoot them a message for your $50 gift card. Congratulations on winning that. That's awesome. And now I think we probably get. Let me see if I got any more questions down here that I personally would like to know.
Were you into BMX
I do
bikes?
have one more.
I know you like the movie, but were you into BMX bikes yourself?
I rode my bike everywhere until
I lived on mine.
20 years old.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I lived on mine.
All right, so I do got one more question about the business side there, Todd.
All right.
What's the hardest part of running your own business that people do not see?
It is there's two things. There's an everyday thing, and there's like an overall sort of thing. The everyday thing is that the managing the website, man, it's a labor. I mean, I have literally spent days at a time just like updating products on the website and quantities and shipping information and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And it's still not where I want it to be. I'm a perfectionist. I am anal retentive, and I want everything to be perfect, and I want everything to be formatted and to look and be a certain way. And there's so much that I still have to perfect about that. And then the other thing is honestly, sometimes dealing with feedback that you know, someone gets something that wasn't what they want it to be. It doesn't happen often, but it does come up sometimes. And you know, trying to find that balance between, you know, doing what's right for the customer and you know, we're very customer first, but there have been a time or two when someone was like kind of unreasonable, and it's like, what are we talking about here? So, you know, sometimes it can be tough to find that balance there, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. And that's no filters right there. That's real small business shit.
I appreciate your honesty. All right, so now it's time to get into fun stuff. Chad, I know you wanted to start off because I know you're a big a bike guy with RAD. So I'll go ahead and have you start with your guys competing with the BMX bikes here.
So what kind of BMX bike did you have back then? I had a chromoly Stormer. I also had a chromoly Mongoose.
For Todd, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
what kind of BMX bike did you ride?
I didn't realize we were going to me.
Sure.
I couldn't tell you. I had whatever was cheapest at Toys R Us.
Same here.
You know,
Same here.
And I just you know, rode the rails off of it. I remember there was a dirt track not far from my house, like in the woods. That man, I love going there and just you know, riding circles all day long, just circles and jumps and stuff like that. And I don't even know what the bike was. I just know I had the time of my life.
The neighborhood kids and I used to always make different tracks down along the river and stuff. We used to have a great time as kids.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I'm still alive, to be honest, man. Just doing crazy stuff.
Yeah. I don't miss the BMX days. My shins definitely don't. And you know, when you kick the pedals with your shins.
Oh yeah, those rat trap pedals will tear your shins up.
For real.
Well, you know, growing up in New York City, I had so many stolen from me. So my father bought me a dyno, and that got stolen. A dyno Detour, I never forget it. And then from then on, when they got stolen, we used to get like a crappy old like frame. And then we would put good wheels on it. We put Harrow handlebars. We put Pitbull brakes, the chrome pegs, and we set it up. And then they used to sell the stickers in the skate shop where you would actually make like a knockoff Harrow, whatever, or GT or whatever that brand was. So I had a lot of knockoff bikes, and me and my father just always build them. And then one day, me and my friend left our bikes outside of a comic book store, and we came out, and I said, "Oh shit, my bikes are gone again. My father's gonna kill me. We just built these, right?" So we walked to the corner. We turned the corner, and there's my father with the two bikes. He goes, "You effing assholes! I told you." Don't leave them outside the store. You know, so I think I did it again, and I think they got stolen again after that, and that was the end of my bike riding days after that.
Oh man.
Yeah. You have any other questions for Dub? Any more fun questions?
I guess that's it for me, man. Yeah. I'm not a BMX pro or anything like that. So
I wasn't a pro, but I had a lot of fun on them.
I just used to look for the little bump in the sidewalk and, you know, catch some man.
Yeah. I did see Chad's beach cruiser, man. That was pretty cool. That video.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I got it. That Stormer Stomper bike. That's like an adult size BMX bike. It's pretty nice. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you sparked some memories for a lot of people there, Ant, with a lot of people getting their bikes stolen.
Oh man, dude. Oh yeah, so many stolen. Oh my god, left and right, man. But I was so stupid. I would just leave them around. It's like I never
Yeah.
actually got it stolen at like knife point or anything. I would literally leave it, and then it would be gone, and I wouldn't learn my lesson.
That's a difference between where you grew up and I grew up. We would just leave it in the front yard. We didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
here.
yeah. Oh, that shit was gone fast, man.
I was into unicycles as a kid too.
Oh yeah. Remember you saying about that?
Yeah,
Could you
My
juggle?
son-in-law does a unicycle. That's crazy. Yeah.
they make some pretty cool ones now with the fat tires and that. I saw a couple cool off-road ones.
Yeah.
A unicycle with the fat tires?
Yeah, fat tire bikes. They make fat tire
Yeah.
unicycles now.
No kidding.
Crazy.
I feel like that would be really hard to maneuver.
Oh, they look like they're actually a little easier because the wheel's fatter, so it's not as hard to balance.
Admittedly, I couldn't ride a unicycle to save my life, but so
Yeah.
I'm not the person to ask about this.
Yeah.
It just seems to me like it'd be a little bit more challenging because I would think it wouldn't
Yeah.
have as much like it'd be more resistant to your adjustments. That's just my naive thoughts.
I haven't had a chance to try one yet, so I can't answer that. But
Oh man.
there's a lot of videos of them on YouTube. There's some people doing some pretty cool stuff with them, so they must not be that hard.
Yeah, well,
They've got them like riding on some
we're
pretty
getting up
cool
there in
off-road
age,
tracks.
We got some fragile.
I got a one wheel a couple of years ago that I don't use nearly as much as I want to because that thing is
I've
amazing.
always wanted to try one.
Yeah, they are. That's awesome.
Would you recommend them?
At one time. I absolutely would.
Really
Um,
nice.
They're a lot of fun. They take some getting used to, that's for sure. But they're a lot of fun. And I got going way too fast one time racing my kid on his bicycle, and I definitely spilled hard and landed on my back. But worth it.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple people moving around on them. They look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, every time I crashed the bike, it was always on the dirt road, and you picking up pebbles out of your knees for a few days.
Get the shoestrings caught in the pedals, man. When you're a kid. So.
Oh, yeah.
I had a lot of
road rash.
I remember half my bikes didn't even have brakes. I would just use my foot like on the back and stick my foot up underneath the seat,
Yeah.
Fred Flintstone brakes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, my father used to tell me they put a baseball card in the spokes to make a motor sound.
Oh yeah, we used to do that. Use a clothespin and use an old credit card or an old card, and
he said
make
he
it
used
sound like a motorcycle.
Mickey Mantle's rookie card. Mickey Mantle's rookie card was in the spokes.
No, that was real big in the '70s, and we used to do that too. Yeah. Then you put a bunch of them on there, you get it pretty loud.
Yeah.
Todd, I got a question from Garrett Santos. What is your top 5 caps?
Okay.
Ooh.
It's funny because we had talked about this earlier. Well, I have to say, I think that this one is this one is up there. I mean,
and that's the love spell.
I'm just.
Yeah, I like
this
that.
Is the love spell. Yeah, I mean this thing is just sweet. It came out way nicer than I ever expected it to. It's fantastic. So right now, this is my jam right here. Let's go with. I'm going to say Swisher. I'm going to put Swisher on the list. I know that the Gamma is getting a lot of attention right now. I know the Nevermore is getting a lot of attention right now. And those are nice hats. I have them both. But the Crest right here.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is the nuts. I love the Crest. I actually forgot that I had it. I got it for Christmas. And I actually forgot for a couple of weeks that I had it. But this is by far my favorite Swisher. Right here.
How many panels does that have? I can't tell.
1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
8. Nice.
Yep. 8 panels.
Yeah, that's the old Gatsby cut.
I was going to say the Crest. I think was it the last of the old style?
Of the old style,
close, I think. Yeah.
So
that's my Go ahead.
Which do you guys like better? Their old or new style Gatsby? I don't have either one yet.
I prefer the new one because it's more streamlined. But honestly, it depends on your head and the look of it, and you got to play with it sometimes and stuff. And I know I spoke to Ed Franco a lot about that, and Ed Franco loves the crest too. He's all about the old style. So I guess it all depends. I mean, I don't know, on the shape of your head, I think, and the way it looks on you personally, depending on the person.
Yeah.
I have that Gamma coming, but I haven't gotten it yet.
I'll be interested in seeing how you wear that for sure.
Sorry, my AirPod died, so I kind of flaked out on you there for a second. But here I have the Gamma as well, and it's a great hat. But I personally prefer the older style if I had to choose, and the crest is it for me for Swisher. And then,
I think I know what the last cap's going to be.
What do you think the last cap is going to be?
I'm going to say it's probably starts with a K. No? Kenmore, maybe?
I think you can suck it sideways because I haven't gotten there yet. I can't choose for my next ones. I can't choose. You know what? Actually, my next one, I can tell you what the next one is. I don't have it here. It's upstairs. I forgot to grab it, and that's on me. And I apologize to Chris Lopp. But that Gothic masterpiece from Funky Brims, it's a nice hat.
Yeah.
I don't think I know which one that is.
It's just the gray and red one. Maybe I can get Charlie to run upstairs and grab it.
Yeah, those
I ordered
masterpieces
one.
are good.
Is that one that's made by Funky Brims or just sold by him and made by somebody else?
The
Hey, Todd,
masterpiece.
I got a question real quick in the chat.
How's the masterpiece in front of the Funky Brim
how's
going?
Roundtable got to be spelled out? Because he said that it's trying to use it and it's not working.
ROND. Hold on, let me just.
Maybe all caps. All caps.
I don't think it should. I don't think it needs to be case sensitive. I hope I didn't make a typo when I was creating it. Let me double check on that. Was it one of those website things that I was telling you about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Roundtable.
I hate it when I make a thumbnail and all of a sudden you see a misspelling in it later on.
That's it right there.
Roundtable.
USA, just show you. You spelled it right. See, he said it's not valid when trying to purchase a Harry and a Staley pin crew.
It will not work for the Harry. It's only on the Love Spell or the Conversation Hearts pins.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Oh, so the new release.
Yeah.
All right. So it's only for the new release, the Love Spell and the Love Spell pins.
So do the pins? Do any of the pins come with the hat, or do you have to order them separate from the hat?
No, I included the RAD pin with the RAD cap.
Okay.
Just because that's our flagship, and that's what I wanted to really drive home there. But there's no pins that come by default with any of the caps other than that.
Okay. That way I know when ordering.
Derek's he's a Wichita guy here. Thanks for watching there, Derek. Yes, I ran into him at Sam's Club one day.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, are we going to continue there, Todd? Sorry to cut you off, bud.
Did I cut someone off?
No, I cut you off. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna, we were talking about the Gothic, and that's what this.
Oh, okay. I recognize that one now.
Yeah, had my wife run up and grab it real quick out of the bedroom because I didn't grab it earlier. And what's happening with this thing? Stop it. So that's the Gothic there. That's my number 4. Number 3, I got to go with Peaky, but I can't decide between the Bobby or the Apple Core. And then within each style, there's like 8 different colors, and they're all fantastic. So
I love Peaky hats, Ivy League single panels. They're nice caps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's the Bobby that I got because of Moose, you jerk. And then 3, 2, there you go. And I got to go with the RAD. I can't find my RAD. There it is. I have hats all over the place here now because of all this. But then I had to go with my RAD because I just think it's a sharp cap. Everyday cap.
Nice.
That's sharp.
I like it. Yeah.
But the number one hat of all time, Moose, is the Kenmore. specifically the navy Kenmore with the brown brim, and that's the one right there. I mean, I have the green one, I have the red one, I have the brown one, but the navy is that's the one. That's where it's at.
Well, that, believe it or not, when Boston Scally Crew, when I first started collecting the caps, him wearing that with his sweater, it was like almost out of a picture out of GQ. It was like for professional photography. And I was
He always does that.
Man.
He always does that pose like this with the smile.
Yeah.
It's the RAD salute
Yeah,
right
there you
there. And you got to get this arm up too. It adds a little dimension. You got to frame your picture so you get a little dimension there.
I'll be honest with you. I've tried to duplicate that, and I can't really duplicate it.
I think sometimes people just stand there and they're like, that's kind of like, I mean, you can do that, but I mean, it's not selling the hat. And,
And all right, so that's pretty much all the questions we have in the chat now. Other than the last one, what I think this one might take a few minutes here, is favorite soundtrack from an 80s movie.
Favorite soundtrack from the 80s. Oh shit.
I know for 90s for me it would be Judgment Night.
Judgment Night for sure. That's 90s though. That's the first thing that popped.
Heavy metal.
80s.
Heavy metal.
favorite soundtrack of all 80s movies. There's a lot of good ones in there.
Yeah.
The heavy metal movie had a good soundtrack.
I'm guessing it was all heavy metal. The heavy metal movie. What year was the heavy metal movie?
That was in the 80s.
80?
80s?
It was like January 1980. Jeez. I mean, Top Gun keeps coming to my mind, but
it's tough
because there's a lot of bangers on that one album, but I don't know that that's necessarily what I would say is like the best in my opinion. But I don't.
That's something I'd have to go to the drawing board for. I mean, really, I have to think for a while.
I personally,
because I don't want to give the wrong answer and be like, "Oh, damn, I left that out." You know.
In my opinion, it'd probably be Karate Kid.
Karate Kid, yeah.
And then how about the Cobra Kai?
I can't even think of what songs are on the Karate Kid one, and I've seen the movie.
Yeah,
that's Chicago song.
No. No, I got it. I got the one. Right. Rocky IV. That's the one.
Oh, okay.
Rocky IV.
Is that the one with the Eye of the Tiger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's good.
No Way Out. I mean, that's just banger after banger right there.
Yeah, I had that on cassette actually. So.
Chat's blowing up right now. We got Purple Rain. We got Back to the Future. We got
Back to the Future. Boys, I was going to say Back to the Future.
Is the Breakfast Club in there?
Yeah, Breakfast Club, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah. See, a lot of those have fantastic songs, but not albums. Like if you go from beginning to end, an entire album, just one song after another is just top notch. I don't know. I mean, I love music from Back to the Future. Back to the Future is actually my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
And I love The Power of Love.
The three movies together are pretty awesome. The way they were filmed.
Yeah.
That's funny because as soon as we said that, The Power of Love and Back to the Future came into my mind right away.
Yeah. I love all three of them, man. Yeah.
We got Vision Quest on here, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Only song I remember from Ferris Bueller's Day Off is when the principal's walking in and he's like dun dun.
Didn't they do like a Twix commercial out of that too? Or am I thinking of something else? Yeah.
Well, the principal had a rough life after that. He got in a little bit of trouble. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Oh, we got one more question here before Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so and then one more question about the caps there. Any chance you're going to come out with a horror themed line for the Halloween times? I'm sure you will.
Oh man, don't even get me started on this BS because I tell you, I had a hat lined up for this past Halloween, man. I was supposed to launch RAD caps last fall. That was my my original timeline and my goal, and I had a hat that I don't want to reveal right now because I'm not giving up on this hat, because this hat is the hat to end all hats. If I could do this hat, it's the one. So with all of that nothing burger that I can explain to you, and you're all over there like, oh, what are you talking about? Yes, that is something I would love to do.
Sweet.
Nice.
And if anybody has any fantastic ideas they want to throw at me, I'll listen to some things.
Oh, you might have just opened the floodgates there.
Hey,
Maybe.
well, I see them over there on the Boston Scally Company Insider page all the time. I like that, like those guys are going to listen to anything that we say, whereas some other smaller companies like Rad Caps or Swisher or whatever, we might be able to listen.
We
That's
actually
right.
were talking about that in chat.
Yeah.
Somebody messaged me earlier saying that the Boston Scally actually took down all their posts of all those suggestions. And I was like, I told you, man, they're either going to steal your idea or take it down. Go to some of the smaller companies. I told them.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think you're barking up the wrong tree there with Boston
Yeah,
Scally Company.
100%.
Yeah, it's I mean, like I said,
Which
they're
I
just
kind of get. It's going to overshadow
Yeah.
their stuff,
yeah, and
Gotta-
like I said, we're talking about watering down. It's you hear so many companies, like, I mean, we've seen them that became complacent with their clientele, and then they just stay with it. They're expecting that same clientele to keep on purchasing caps, and then next thing you know, they turn into be like a Kmart Blockbuster to where
right.
it ran out, and
You almost see that coming down the line a little bit,
yeah.
Unless they've got to make
Especially
a new cut or something,
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I
Gotta
think
think.
that's pretty much all. There's one. Let's see here. And St.
St.
Patty's
Patty's
Day.
Day.
Yeah. Todd, you are going to do something for St. Patty's Day, correct?
I have a prototype right over here to my right that I don't want to show too much of, but I've got something cooking. I've got something cooking.
Nice. Another
Cool.
flat cap.
Another flat cap. Yep.
Cool. Those are my
Great.
favorite.
All right. And gentlemen, did you
Yeah.
have any other questions for Todd at all? Dub,
No, I just want to say
Chad?
thanks for coming on and releasing your
appreciate it,
cap
man.
with us.
Yeah. Appreciate
Yeah, thanks
it,
a lot,
man.
Doc. Thank you very
I
much.
am glad to do it. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to doing it again sometime.
Yeah. And we got one more thing here, Todd. They want to see a side profile of the love spell real quick.
That's a nice
Nice.
profile.
And
For real.
it
Can't
looks
see
like you
myself.
sold out
Is
of a
this-
few sizes already due to from the comments I see on here.
Oh no.
Well, so
Yeah.
there was so this is where
Oh, no.
I said before. Whoa. So this is where I had said before, like I did expand a little bit with the sizing with this hat, whereas with the Lloyd and the Harry and the Rad, I initially went with 55, 57, 59, and 61. I got a few of the in-between sizes this time. So we still have plenty, I'm sure, of the, I have been busy with you guys, so I can't see our inventory right now, but I'm sure we still have some of the 55 and 57 and 59 and 61, but it's the in-between sizes I'm sure that we've run out of.
Oh, the
But
58. Oh, no.
But the 57 can very easily stretch to
Yeah.
58 or maybe
I do that a
closer
lot.
to, close to if it's not.
Yeah.
So that's not a deal breaker. If you need something stretched or whatever, or if you're in between sizes, give me a holler and we'll figure something out.
Good deal.
All right. And so,
That's,
guys,
that's
again,
one thing
Todd
that
released the
sets-
loves. Go ahead.
I was going to say real quick, that's one thing that sets, things like Rad and Swisher and Peaky Hat apart from, like, say, Boston Scally Company is if you have a problem, talk to us. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. I know. I said I when I do my reviews and from the small businesses, just the amount of care that's in those packages, the way it's packed. With Todd when he writes with Swisher when he writes the handwritten letters, things like that is it's makes it a personal experience at that time, and that's going to make you go back. And then the quality of the cap is top notch. It's
Yeah.
And and we know, and maybe not everybody knows, but we all know that when you are talking to Swisher, you're talking to Todd. When you're talking to Peaky Hat, you're talking to Ryan. or you're talking to me if you're talking to RAD. You're not talking to some, offshore customer service person who's just sending you a template,
Yeah.
That's funny because some of the newer people, like when they talk about the smaller company, they'll say to me, "Yeah, I got to get in touch with them, or I got to message them." I'm like, "No, it's not them, it's him." You're talking to him.
And I got a question from Derek. He just now ordered the Love Spell. He usually wears a 56, but he ordered a 57. He should be fine, correct?
I would say so. If it's not, I mean, we can talk about shrinking it. We could talk about maybe getting them into a different size and stretching it, or we'll figure it out. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, he gets his money back. No harm, no foul.
I know I wear a 59, and I ordered the 60 in the rad caps, and this is what I got here now. So it's a centimeter, and it's fine with me. So Derek, I think you're going to be fine myself.
Gives you a little more room to pull them down.
That's something I think that gets overlooked a lot with all of these hats, not just RAD or anything, but with Boston Scally Company, with funky brims or whatever, is you're talking tiny amounts of measurement. And there is going to be a little bit of difference from one hat to another. So a 57 in one hat might be a little bit tighter than a 57 in the next hat. And that's kind of normal. It's not, I realize it's not ideal. It's not necessarily what people expect in their minds, but in practice, it's kind of normal. So you sort of have to go with the flow a little bit.
Yep.
And sometimes you have to do a little bit of legwork on it, whether it's, shrinking it or stretching it or getting those little sizer patches or whatever, there are options. But again, worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It is what it is. No harm, no foul.
Chad, are you putting in your order?
Chad's ordering.
I'll be ordering as soon as we get off here for sure.
Yep.
And again, everybody who's tuning in, you can go and head over to shirtshow.co and put that Love Spell in your cart along with some pins, and you'll get 15% off when you use the code Roundtable. All right. And Todd, any last words, buddy?
No, I'm just happy to be here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming on. It's nice meeting you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, nice to meet you.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Todd. We really do appreciate it. And we appreciate everything you've done with the community, is for the caps community, and all your positive. And like Ann was saying, the way that Scally crew is ran with the moderation, no BS, no politics. I love that. Yeah.
Speaking of community, I do have a big announcement coming very soon. So make sure you're all following us on the socials, the Facey Spacies, and the whatnots, because we got something coming.
All right, so go ahead and follow Shirt Show and Radcaps. We got on Facebook or Instagram. He's even got TikTok now, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. And until next time, thanks again, Todd. And we'll see everybody next time. Wait, one more time. Next week we got a new show. It is called Off the Brim with the four of us. Our guest is going to be Ed Franco, and we're going to talk about all childhood cartoons, movies. What all we discussed? Toys, the cartoons and toys of all your childhood. So make sure you guys tune in to that. We'll keep that live stream up and put it up there shortly, but it'll be next Tuesday starting at 8:30 Eastern. And that
should be a fun show.
We won't be talking much about caps. We're gonna definitely have a good time, and it's a little bit more unfiltered. So
does that mean you're going to be doing that on one Tuesday and then this on the next Tuesday? So you're doing every Tuesday but alternating themes every week?
Yeah,
that's what we're thinking.
Yeah,
that's where we're going now. Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yep.
And then the following one will be Chris Lopp, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep. And then the following one of that, we'll do another topic for the Off the Brim, and then hopefully the one after that will be Ryan from Peaky Hats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be doing hats every other week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready.
Sounds great, guys. I got to go pick up my kid.
All right, guys.
Have a nice night.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see everybody later.
See you guys.
Later.
See you guys.
Thank you very much.